Taxes increased and mortgage went from $1,500 to $3,400, a 126 increase. Help. We bought our home over 2 years ago around this time during the pandemic in the Texas Hill Country. We put down $20 on a $400,000 brand new house in a brand new neighborhood, giving us a mortgage payment of $1,500. Our lender contacted us and told us that they didn't charge us enough for taxes last year, and so this year we'll have to pay $15,000 to escrow, sending our mortgage payment from around $1,500 to over $3,400 starting in about a month. How can this happen? And more importantly, what can I do about it? Can we spread out that tax payment over multiple years? We just had a baby late last year and I'm trying to keep a cool head and not freak out. Even if we move and try to rent our home, the new mortgage payment is around $1,000 over the market rate for our area. Any help would be greatly appreciated. Something isn't adding up with the $1,500 payment. Your lender definitely didn't do due diligence. At 2.5 interest, your PI would be $1,264. By quick Google, Hill County average tax rate is 1.45, making yearly tax $5,800. That's $483 a month plus insurance. Assuming $150 for insurance, your total payment would be $1,900. It's a shame the escrow calculations were so bad, but sadly that can happen with escrow accounts. Did you look at your property information at the assessor's office? I can almost guarantee just the land is assessed, not the dwelling. Live and learn. IDK if that's all easily accessible in Texas, but I'm always on our city and county assessors' websites verifying taxes for clients. It's literally the easiest part of the job. I just got my closing disclosure today on my new construction, and the same thing is happening. Only charging property taxes on the land for the upcoming year. Property will be reassessed next month, so I will put the extra money each month either into a savings or into escrow to pay the inevitable shortage next year. The only reason I know that could happen is because I've had huge shortages in my escrow for homeowners insurance increases in the past where I had to make catch-up payments, and it's suuckus. Your lender ethically should have let you know, but all they care about is closing the deal. I don't understand. A $1,500 mortgage payment wasn't a red flag on $400K? If you only paid $1,500 mo, you paid almost no taxes at all. So now you are. Did you not know what the average tax rate is in the area? In our area, taxes are paid twice a year. I would ask your lender to break up the escrow this way too. What do you mean help? Your lot was taxed as a vacant lot. Once there's a structure on there, your home, the value of the plot is reassessed and you're paying taxes on its new value. Welcome to homeownership. Be glad you bought 2 years ago. This increased payment is just for 1 year, right? I am also in the Central Texas area, and this most def falls on the people who were helping you buy, lender, realtor. Anyone telling you that your payment would be $1,500 on a $400K house had to have known that didn't included the proper value for the taxes. What's your tax rate? Most new builds in the area have high taxes because they also pay a MUD tax on top of the city and everything else. When you have a shortfall, there is usually an option for it to just raise your monthly rate. But not sure with that much difference what the best plan of action is. Not picking on you here, but you need to calculate the tax based on tax rate and purchase price. And keep the money aside no matter what. If you aren't aware of what PITI is and how property tax will be assessed being a homeowner for 2 years, I'm flabbergasted. Doing an escrow doesn't mean you have no responsibility to check anything. You need to be proactive and ask questions to your lender, builder, county office if needed. Also with 20 down. What is the need for escrow? You could keep depositing money in HYSA every month and pay from it when needed. At least you will earn an interest on the money deposited. Standard Texas when purchasing new construction. Did you file for a homestead exemption once you moved in? At closing in TX, you should have signed a disclosure stating the taxes are based on an estimate and then they are subject to increase. Shame on the lender who originated the loan to use land-only taxes blew it. I suppose that we don't have income tax route in Tootin, Texas gets their money another way. Real estate tax. How did you not know this before buying a house? You really expected a $1,500 payment? There is no one who can help you with this. It will probably increase an additional 10 next year, and every year after that compounded. Welcome to Texas real estate. I'm sorry this is happening to you. It can be extremely stressful and even devastating to your plans. Your real estate agent and mortgage broker failed you. Someone should have explained to you that taxes would be recalculated in the new tax year based on the sale and that you would need to either prepare to pay more out of pocket or have an increase in your monthly payments. This is not only legal, it's expected. Good luck. You bought a new build. Your first year's taxes were based on the land value. Now that the county has added the house value, your taxes have increased. This is how all new builds go. Your mortgage broker should have warned you. But I'm not surprised they didn't. Well, Texas does not have an income tax, so they bang you out on sales and property taxes. Welcome to the redneck jungle. Welcome to Texas. Sorry bros, if your lender should have had a frank and honest discussion with you about prepaids and escrows, and clearly that didn't happen. They should have probably charged that $15,000 to the purchase price to ease off your prepaids. If that $3,400 is out of your price point, I would suggest tragically listing your property ASAP and seeing if you can nab some equity for your troubles. $1,500 mortgage is too low on a $320,000 loan. That should have been a red flag. But your mortgage lender should have advised you on expected taxes. I wouldn't use them again in the future. Similar thing happened to me in Illinois around 2015. Bought a house with the taxes senior frozen in the 70s. I became liable for the current tax value for the year I purchased and not prorated to August when I closed. Paid double taxes for a year around 2017 to catch it up. Would have been a death sentence if I had kids then. Well, it isn't that our taxes increased. It's a new home. Your old taxes was simply an empty plot of land. Now there's a house on it. The realities of all these people escaping to Texas. Do your research before you jump into the real estate game. What is your tax rate? I'm in the North Houston burbs. And the new builds here are around 4. On a $300,000 loan. That's $12,000 a year or $1,000 per month. There's no way if your payment was only $1,500 a month you were paying anything close to the correct amount. That whole area is having significant property tax increases due to the population growth. My brother lives in Austin proper and is having a similar issue. It's also my understanding that under Texas law you can't increase the property tax more than 10 each year. You'll have to do your own due diligence on this, but you can appeal it. File your homestead exemption. You didn't think to ask questions when your $320,000 loan payments were only $1,500? I never allowed bank to escrow and pay my taxes. Guess who is responsible for penalties if your mortgage often gets sold to other banks? I need no headache of chasing who didn't pay tax for me and where the money is. I always pay myself know what my increase is in advance.